You weren't thinking about your life at all. And then you open your phone, and suddenly everything feels late. That feeling doesn't come from failure. It comes from comparison. Specifically, comparison you didn't choose. A promotion post, a graduation photo, someone announcing a move, a milestone, a next step. And even if you close the app right after, the feeling stays. It's not loud, but persistent. It usually settles into one sentence: I should be further along by now. And not because you want exactly what they have, but because it feels like there's a schedule you're not keeping up with. A timeline you're somehow behind on even though no one ever explained it to you. That's the part that makes this difficult. Most timelines aren't chosen, they're borrowed. They come from what's visible, what gets posted, what gets celebrated publicly. Over time, those moments start to feel like benchmarks, and benchmarks quietly turn into standards. Career, education, money, relationships. Even when things are objectively fine, it can feel like you're behind, simply because everyone else looks already ahead in a way that's easier to see. Social media doesn't show progress evenly, it shows outcomes without context, arrivals without the delays, certainty without the uncertainty that came before it. You don't see the months where nothing moved, you don't see the wrong turns, you don't see how often people pause, restart, or quietly struggle. So when you compare your everyday reality to someone else's edited moment, the comparison isn't fair, but it feels convincing. And because it's constant, it starts to feel authoritative. Most people don't react dramatically to this pressure. They don't panic, they don't quit, and they don't talk about it. They compare silently. They downplay their own progress, they assume what they're doing doesn't count yet, and they move on with their day carrying that pressure quietly. And because the pressure isn't named, it's easy to mistake it for a personal shortcoming. What eventually disrupts this isn't reassurance, it's exposure. If you see behind the scenes, you realize how often paths double back, noticing how rarely progress moves in straight lines. You start to see that many of the people who look ahead are still figuring things out, just not publicly. And slowly the idea of a universal timeline starts to lose credibility, not emotionally, but logically. This doesn't make comparison disappear. Certain platforms still amplify it, and certain milestones still stand out. But it changes how seriously those comparisons are taken. Instead of feeling like evidence, they start to feel like partial information. And you stop asking why you're behind, and start wondering who decided where you were supposed to be. Most timelines only make sense in hindsight. While you're inside them, they rarely feel coherent. So the question isn't whether you're ahead or behind, it's whether the life you're measuring yourself against is something you actually chose, or something you absorbed by watching everyone else. That distinction doesn't fix everything, but once you notice it, comparison starts to lose its authority, even if it never fully disappears.